So we're going to create a database in Visual Studio. So you go to File. You won't be able to see it here because it's a different chord, but you create a new Windows Forms app project, then you name it. I'm naming mine Employee Database. And then once you finish naming it, you go to the Forms text property. You change the text property to the name of the project, so mine is Employee Database. And then you go to Create New Database, which you click Project in the Visual Studio menu bar, and you'll select Add New Item. When Add New Item appears, scroll down the list until you see Service-Based Database. Then you specify the database's name in the name text box at the bottom, but you have to keep the .mdf extension. So I named mine EMP database.mdf. Then you click Add. So that's going to add an empty SQL database called empdatabase.mdf to the project. And your Solution Explorer window on the right here, you see that database.mdf is there, and that will be showing right there. Then you go to the left, you'll see Server Explorer. And then in Server Explorer, you can add a table to the database. So you expand it, and then you click on Tables, then you right-click Tables. You'll click Add New Table. This will bring up Table Designer, which is used to specify names and data types of the table columns. So you look in the Table Designer. This shows the columns. There's one here. It's the key icon will specify that this is the primary key, this column. The name specifies the name for the column, so the name of this column is ID. And the data type field specifies the data type of this column, which is going to be int. Allow nulls. If it's not checked, that means there must be a value in the column, so you can't leave it blank. So we're going to leave it unchecked. So we're going to edit this column for the table we're creating. We're going to change the name of the column to emp ID because we want the employee ID to be the primary key. And since this is an identification column, we're going to go over here to the Properties window to the right. Then we're going to scroll down to Identity Specification. We're going to expand it so you can see, and under Is Identity, we're going to change that to True. So now these both say 1. You'll leave those how they are. And then in the Table Designer, what we're going to do is add another column. So this column is going to be called Name. We're going to select nvarchar 50 so we can put a long name in there, and then we're going to uncheck Allow Nulls so an employee always has to have a name. Then we're going to add another column called Phone Number, and then we're just going to select varchar or nchar 10 so that we can enter a 10-digit phone number for every employee, and we're going to uncheck Allow Nulls so the employee always has to have a phone number to reach them at. Now you have 3 columns, employee ID being the primary key. You can add more columns if you like, but I'm going to stop there. So we're going to change the table's name at the bottom of the screen. So under the Table Designer in the section that says TSQL right there, we're going to look at this first line, and we're going to edit the information in the second set of brackets. That's the default name table. I'm going to name my table employees. And then what you'll have to do is click the update button at the top to complete the table name change. And then the preview database updates windows is going to pop up. And in here, what you're going to click is update database. You'll wait a moment and then you'll see the confirmation at the bottom right here. The green check confirms that the table was updated. So now the name of this table is employees. All right, and now you can close the table designer window. Now we're going to enter data in the table. So in Server Explorer, expand tables. Then you'll see the table we just created, employees. Right click that table and it'll pop up another section and you click show table data. So this is where you can enter the table data. You can enter names, phone numbers. If you have other tables off to the side here, you can add the information under there as well. So for the employee ID, you don't have to enter anything because it'll automatically put it in for you. So I'm entering Khadija for my first name. There's going to be an exclamation mark until you finish entering data in the next row because it just means that the data has not been saved yet. But once you move from that row, the exclamation mark will go away. So we'll just enter some more information here. So again, you don't have to enter employee ID. The system will automatically generate these for you as you create the entries. So once you finish entering all the data, you'll click File, then you'll go down to Save All in the Visual Studio menu, and that's how you complete a table.